All right, let's get right into it. Tonight, we are breaking down 3 huge NBA matchups to give you a bit of an edge. We're going to analyze the games and give you a solid tip for each one. Let's do this. The game plan is super simple. We've got 3 different games. We're going to look at the key dynamics for each and then land on a clear, data-driven tip. That's it. Real quick before we jump in, just got to say a huge thanks to our sponsors, MyStake and Vadada. You can find some sweet bonus links for them down in the description. And hey, if you like what you hear, do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps. Okay, on to our first game. First up tonight, we're looking at the Detroit Pistons taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Now, this one is a classic. You've got a team that's absolutely at the top of its game, facing off against a very motivated opponent. So on one side, you've got the Pistons, who are just on an absolute tear right now. They're holding the best record in the entire Eastern Conference, and man, they're just lethal on their home court. And the Spurs? They know exactly what they're walking into. So what's really behind Detroit's incredible run? Well, it's not just one thing. First off, Cade Cunningham is playing out of his mind. Just phenomenal basketball. The whole roster is stepping up and contributing, and to top it all off, their center Jalen Duren is back from suspension, making them even stronger. But listen, if there's one number you need to know for this game, it's this one right here, 22-6. That is the Pistons' absolutely dominant record at home. They are just incredibly tough to beat in their own building. So when you put it all together, their hot streak, getting a key player back, and that almost unbeatable home court advantage, the path forward becomes pretty clear. Our tip for this one is a straightforward Detroit Pistons win. All right, let's pivot to our second game of the night. This one tells a totally different story. We're looking at the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Sacramento Kings. And here, we're not so much focused on who will win, but how they're going to play. You know, this matchup has a really fascinating dynamic. The Grizzlies are all about offense. They play at a lightning-fast pace. And then you have the Kings, who are at a point in their season where, hey, the pressure's off. They can just go out there, play relaxed and loose, and that usually means more offensive fireworks. Now, to really get this tip, we need to be on the same page about what fast pace actually means in the NBA. We're talking about teams that just fly up the court, they take shots early in the shot clock, and that creates a ton of possessions for both teams. And what's the natural result of that? More chances to score. That combination is exactly why our tip here isn't about picking a winner. You've got Memphis pushing the tempo and Sacramento just playing free. We expect a high-scoring, offense-first kind of game. That's why our tip is for the total points to go over 232.5. Okay, for our third and final analysis, we are flipping the script completely. Let's dive into the Houston Rockets taking on the Utah Jazz, where the story is all about defense and, well, control. The Houston Rockets are having a fantastic season, and their entire identity is built on one thing: tough, gritty, grinding defense. They just impose their will on other teams, and for the Jazz in this matchup, they're probably going to have to play the game on Houston's terms. So yeah, if our last game was all about speed, this one is the polar opposite. A slow pace is all about teams that use most of that shot clock. They really value every single possession, and their main focus is just locking down their opponent. And that style almost always leads to fewer possessions and, you guessed it, lower scores. And here it is. This is the key stat that defines this whole game. The Rockets aren't just a slow team. They play at the second slowest pace in the entire NBA. This isn't just something they do sometimes. It's the core of their whole strategy. Because the Rockets are just so good at dictating this defensive, methodical style, we fully expect them to control the flow of this game. And that leads us directly to our final tip of the night. We're taking the total points to be under 227.5. Okay, so there you have it. 3 different games, 3 totally different ways to analyze them. Let's put it all together in one spot so you've got everything you need for tonight. Here it is, your full betting card for the evening. First, we've got the Pistons to win at home. Then we're looking for the Grizzlies and Kings to light up the scoreboard and go over 232.5 points. And finally, we're expecting the Rockets and Jazz to lock it down in a defensive battle that stays under 227.5 points. So there's our breakdown for tonight's action, but now I want to hear from you. Looking at these 3 picks, which one are you feeling the most confident about? Which one feels like the surest bet? Let me know down in the comments.
And that's a wrap for us. Hey, if you found this helpful, a like and subscribe would be awesome. And don't forget to check out those sponsor links in the description for some special bonuses. Good luck with your bets tonight, and we'll catch you on the next one.